Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of Dungeonquest and the solo combat arena. Again, I hope, thanks you first of all for joining and listening to me. I didn't really write anything down for this presentation, so I'm just kind of talking on the fly. I am typing up rules on a PDF that you can download, and of course the 4 maps that you can download to play this. Again, this is a longer game, but I really like the aspect of doing, the dungeon crawl and experiencing that, and then kind of retreating to this combat system where you can kind of sit back and do, have a strategic battle in that, and then of course go back to the dungeon. So if you don't like things drawn out, this is definitely not for you. Okay, I'm gonna show you combat now and how the cards work and counterattacks and death blows and the role that I added in called critical strikes. This is where it's going to get interesting. So hopefully if the moving was boring, this will spice it up some. So hopefully you know that rule about monsters inside their little heads, that they will always move towards the hero, but they will keep that 3 square rule. If they are going to go into that, they always retreat and move away. So just remember that. Even on the doubles rule, remember we talked about if you and the monster roll the same number, you would both move closer. In this case, you would be right up to each other. Okay, but if you rolled that, you'd always move 1 step closer to each other. Okay, so combat. Let's do a movement round one time, and then we're going to enter into combat, and I'll explain. So we, of course, always start with initiative. The monster will move first. Okay. 2. So the monster will move closer to the hero. That's his tactic. 1, 2. Hero moves. 2. I'll take my chances. 1, 2. Okay, and then we go back. Their movement's done. Initiative. Been interesting if they would have got doubles, because they would have been really close to each other, but my hero's going to go first, followed by the monster. 3. Okay, I can attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is how combat is initiated. Since I attacked him, I get a thing called a critical strike. This is not in the regular card game. I just added this in for the solo combat arena. What critical strike is this? When you initiate an attack or the monster, you get to draw the top card and you put it on your hero's attack. So I drew a yellow card, 2. Now again, I didn't look at any of these. When you put them there, you leave them face down. So what you do is just try to pick one of your cards. Okay, it's a 2. Now when I put this down, I could either choose to keep the one I drew, or I could keep this one. Okay, but we're just going to do this for sake of to explain what a critical strike is. Hopefully I have a yellow here. Let's say I pulled this, okay, and I put it with that. That's called a critical strike. You add these 2 together. So right now my attack is at 4, okay? And then what the monster does is you pick a card over here from the monster. So we'll play this from the monster. And he got a 1. So the situation is I'm winning this battle right now with a 4. The monster has 1. Now what you do is you pull the rest of the monster cards to do a counterattack, which I think he's going to beat me. You'd be surprised about this system and some of the outcomes from it. Okay, the monster can actually attack me. He can counterattack me. Hopefully you saw how that worked. I laid that. He pulled that. 1 against 4. He has this hard strike right here. You take this, put it on the monster's side. The monster now has 5. You can't, and this is in the rules, you can't add this in. Once you do enough damage to end the round and injure, the hero monster, you're done. So what I do is I take his 2 monster cards because he won. This is considered 2 damage. For when the combat's over, I have to put 2 wounds on my hero. So I take this, and sorry for the close-up, I'm trying to do this one-handed. You take this, and put it on the hero's damage. Then you take the 2 cards I lost with, they go in the combat stack. Now, in other turns, I hope I'm going to explain to you what a death blow is. These can be used and pulled, and you can do massive damage with this. Okay, so this round is over. So this round I took 2 damage. Let's reset the monster, reset Krutzbeck, got our D4. Now, since we saw the monster's card, what we do is we take those and discard them. They get thrown out. We give the monster 5 fresh cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then Krutzbeck, of course, gets 6, because that's a special. We would take 1 card, and we're ready for the next combat round. Hope you guys, this is all gelling now that actually the mechanics are in play and you're seeing it work. So we're going to come back here, roll for initiative. So Krutzbeck will go first. Let's roll. 4 is kind of bad to have on this map. Other maps it's not a big deal, but I've noticed when I was playtesting it, 4 is a bad opening roll for on this Dragon Fire Pits. I'm just going to go over here. Monster's next, and the monster is going to attack. Now he has a chance to do a critical strike on me, so we're going to move 1, 2, and 3. So what we do is, of course, come over here to the deck, pull 1 from the monster for his critical strike. This could be set up for a lot of damage on my part. I'm going to explain about a death blow. Real quick, if he wins this round with this card, he can take these 2 cards and apply it to his damage, to what he's going to damage me with. So that's how a death blow works. And this is one of the last tactics you just have to know for a monster. Well, first we got to pick his card, so we'll try this one. There's going to be massive damage on my end. This is a prime example of how you can get your butt kicked in this game. Okay, so the monster pulled 2 yellows, and the one's a 2 and a 4. That makes 6. I have to beat 6 now. And so that's a critical strike. This is a prime example of a critical strike. I'm going to pull this. I'm going to lose badly. I only pulled a 3. I can't counter because notice the symbol. It doesn't have, it's not a blue card. If those were blue cards, I could pull another card and counter that attack. I'm done. Now, for a death blow. See the cards in the combat stack? You would take those, apply them right here. So that monster, and then you count those. The monster did 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to me with that critical strike. And then these go into, of course, I've already racked up, 6 damage already. Then my card that I lost with goes back in the combat stack. Okay, I'm going to show you now, this is really the last rule of it, is called, it's a critical strike, but it's a massive critical strike. Let's say real quick that you know what, I'm sorry to make this 4 parts. Promise. Hopefully I got your, we got going with this and you're seeing how this all gels together. Again, if you don't like a long drawn out process, the card system isn't for you. I am going to be doing same system you saw moving, but with dice rolling, and a way to lower the dice roll or raise it if the monster wins. So how about one more part, and I'll let you go, and I have to find a site to get the maps to. So come back for part 4, and I promise that should be it. And I'll see you soon.